Can you live alone in central London with a budget of £1,200 a month? That's today's challenge. It was not easy, but I found 5 studio flats in zone 1 and 2 that are available right now, and they won't last long. So here's what you can actually get for your money in today's London market. Starting with this studio apartment that is listed at £1,100 a month and that is located in West London in Chiswick. It's very close to Turnham Green Station, it's just a 2-minute walk. You are in Zone 2, where you have both the District Line and Piccadilly Line, so it's very well connected. Let's see what you can get for just over £1,000 a month in this neighborhood. It's a ground floor studio, which is 20 square meters or just over 215 square feet. It says on the floor plan that the studio opens directly onto a communal patio, which could be a deal breaker for some people. But from what we can see on the pictures, it looks like the only access to the outdoor area is through the studio. It doesn't look like there is an opening in this fence, but this could be investigated during a viewing. For the studio itself, it looks clean and modern and it's been recently refurbished. The room is a decent size, there is a bit of built-in storage, and I think you could make it a nice space with the right furniture. The kitchen area has a good amount of storage and countertop, and we have a proper stove oven. And hopefully there is a fridge behind one of these doors. The bathroom is definitely on the smaller side. We can't see the shower, but it's facing the toilet, and you have a tiny sink in this part. And finally, the house is located at the end of a quiet street, so that's a plus. In the pros for the studio, I'd say the overall location and the distance to the underground, the good state of the place, and the size. On the other hand, for the cons, the studio is on the ground floor, right onto what looks like a shared patio. The bathroom is tiny, and the kitchen, even though it looks nice, is pretty basic. But I still think it's good value for money overall, especially in West London. If you like this place, I shared the link in my free newsletter, so make sure you subscribe using the link below. Now, if you like the idea of being central and having a park next door, you're going to love the next place. It's a studio advertised at £1,150 a month, and it is in North London, right by Finsbury Park. The closest station is literally a 1-minute walk. It's Finsbury Park in Zone 2, and you have both the Piccadilly Line and Victoria Line. There is no floor plan, but from what we can see in the pictures, there is a small hallway with integrated storage over here that opens onto the main room and the bathroom. And then the kitchen is somewhat separated from the main room, just here. It's not easy to estimate the size of this room, but I reckon you could have a double bed on one side and a small living room area on the other. The wooden floor looks great, and the kitchen is also perfectly acceptable in my opinion. We have our essentials, of course: sink, oven, stove, and more storage than average. And there is also a window, which I love, and a washing machine. The pictures of the bathroom are not the best, and let's be honest, it doesn't look very exciting. But there is at least some space to stand in front of the sink, which I'm guessing is over here behind this door. In the pros we have the location, the kitchen, and the overall layout of the studio. In the cons I'll put the bathroom and potentially the noise, because it looks like we are right on the main road. But it will depend which side the studio is facing. I actually think that the market right now is not that bad, for London standards of course. But I made a selection with the same budget a couple of months ago, and the quality and location of the listings were completely different. I'll link the video here if you want to have a look and compare yourself. The next studio is advertised at £1,200 a month, and it's located in West London in Battersea, which is in Zone 2. It's a 10-minute walk from Clapham Junction, where you have the overground and the train, and it's also close to the Thames, where you can hop on the Uber boat. If you never tried it, I highly recommend it. It's a lot cheaper than proper tourist cruises, and it's a cool way to see London. Inside the studio, it's pretty basic. I think it's quite small for the price. It's only 14.5 square meters or 150 square feet. There is space for a sofa bed and coffee table, and there is a small built-in closet. The kitchen is out of the way, so that's good, but it is very basic. There is a cheap sink and stove unit, which I really don't like. If a landlord is going to cash in £1,200 a month, the least they can do is spend a couple £100 on a proper cooker. Even a cheap one would be better than that. We also can't see a fridge in the pictures, but I'm hoping it's over here behind this door. And there is a bit of storage, but nothing impressive. Now for the bathroom, it's small but has everything you need and looks well maintained, and I like that there is a sliding door. In my opinion, it's really a must-have in small places. It saves space and makes the studio feel more breathable. I've criticized this studio quite a bit, so why am I even showing it to you? Well, I also wanted to point out that it actually looks clean and well maintained, so does the building itself. It also says that the council tax band is A, which is the cheapest, and the EPC rating is B, so hopefully lower heating bills as well. So to sum up, if you have a £1,200 a month budget and you want to live alone but central, this could be a good option. This studio is small but has decent standards. The next one is slightly cheaper and it will surprise you. It's advertised at £1,170 a month. It's in North London in Cricklewood. You have Cricklewood train station on one side and Kilburn station on the other side. Both are about a 10-minute walk and they are in zone 2. It's also super close to the high street, but not directly on the high street, so hopefully it's not too noisy. If we look at the pictures, it might not seem like the deal of the century at first. But this studio has a couple of perks that really make it above average, but more on that later. Here we can see the main living area, which is both the living room and bedroom. There is a sofa bed, which is probably the best way to arrange the space, even if I know it's not the most comfortable option. They do say in the description that the studio can be let unfurnished, so if you wanted your own bed instead, it could probably be arranged. Then on this side, we have the kitchen. There is a stove and oven, a small fridge, a bit of counter space, and a bit of storage. You probably won't be training for MasterChef, but it's still okay. Then there are these steps that lead to the hallway and the bathroom. Even though this hallway looks very cramped, I like that we have a separation between the entrance and the main room. It's little things like that that make the space feel more like a home in my opinion. And here's the bathroom. Nothing special, but the basics are here. Now, I promised some extra perks, so here's bonus number 1. This huge terrace comes with the studio. So you would have exclusive access to this outdoor space, which is honestly a game changer in the warmer months. Having an outdoor space in central London is extremely rare, let alone a private one or something that big. And by the way, if you prioritize outdoor space in your search, I have a selection of flats with private garden for all budgets. I'll leave the link in the description if you're interested, and let me know in the comment if you'd like to see an updated selection with more recent listings. The second bonus of this studio flat is that most bills are included. I used to live in a flat where both hot water and heating were included in a rent like it is here, and I don't think I ever paid more than £15 a month for my energy bills. So it can definitely make a difference in your budget. Let's quickly recap our pros for this place. It's in zone 2, close to a high street. It has an impressive private terrace. Most bills are included, and it is a decent size considering the price and location. Now for the cons. There is no proper bed, and that's the biggest issue in my opinion. The next flat is actually the most central of today's selection. We are finally in zone 1. We are looking at a place listed at £1,200 a month, and it's not big, you'll see in a minute. So for this one, I believe they justify the price by the incredibly central location. We are in London Zone 1 and we have a plethora of underground stations to choose from, all less than a 10-minute walk. We have Earl's Court, West Kensington, West Brompton, Gloucester Road, and South Kensington. So, what do you get for this price in this location? Drumrolls please. Here it is. Look, it's tiny, okay? There is no denying that. But I think for the right person, it could be a good match. If you need to be super central for work or because you go out a lot and you don't spend a lot of time at home, but you still want your private space, I think it could work. In the main room, we have a little kitchen that is actually better than others in this video. We have a large sink, a small fridge, a stove and oven, a microwave, and even a bit of storage. Counter space is very limited, we just have this tiny zone. But there is also a little folding table with 2 chairs and a decent wardrobe over here. If we go up the ladder, there is a double bed. It's not a proper bedroom, of course, but it is still somewhat separated from the rest. It's not too bad. And then the bathroom is up these stairs at the back, I think, and it looks decent. Okay, shower and sink, a bit of storage, it works. So, pros. Obviously the location, that's the biggest selling point here. I'll also add the separate sleeping area with a proper bed, and it looks well maintained overall. Now, for the cons. It is tiny, and yes, it feels cramped. And we will need to double check that this bathroom actually includes a toilet, because it's not crystal clear from the description or the picture. But places like this, at this price, in such a premium area, are super rare. So I thought I would include it in case some of you are interested. I hope you enjoyed this selection, and if you're tired of tiny studios and you'd like to see how much you need for a proper apartment with more space, you can watch my latest selection here.